A mysterious hairy creature stalking the snow. Legends shared around fires on cold winter's evenings. A crunching of twigs in the backyard. The sound of snow compacting under huge heavy feet. Who is outside? Or what is outside? Is it your imagination? Or is it a Yeti? Hello and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. I'm Rebecca Felgate, and today we are delving into a world of mystery and intrigue as we ask, is the Abominable Snowman real? Term Abominable Snowman emerged in 1921 during the Mount Everest reconnaissance mission, but the notion of the creature extends much further back in history. For many generations, Tibetan folklore has told of a large, hairy bipedal creature living in the mountains of Asia, mainly stalking around the Himalayas with a large stone weapon. A number of people have reported seeing the creature firsthand, providing, air quote, evidence as to the animal's existence, sparking an acceptance of the Yeti in pop culture. But does any of the evidence have any factual founding? Like Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, the evidence for the existence of the Yeti usually comes down to unusual footprints in the snow, blurry images, and first-hand accounts. These are usually very quickly debunked. For example, the footprints are likely that of bears or other animals that have melted and distorted in the snow, making them seem bigger than they actually were at first. The people that have supposedly seen the Yeti are usually tricked by a case of mistaken identity. For example, in March 1986, Anthony Woolridge spotted tracks and photographed what he believed to be a large hominoid-like creature. This all went down in the Garhwal Himalaya of northern India. The images were studied and were considered genuine. However, it was later revealed that the figure in the image was actually just a rock formation that is still there today. Hollywood movie star James Stewart even smuggled a supposed Yeti finger from a Nepalese monastery in the 1950s, but a 2011 DNA study on the artifact concluded that the finger belongs to a human. An alleged 250-year-old Yeti scalp sits in the Kumjung monastery in Nepal. After the scalp was examined, it turned out to actually be a costume piece made out of the hide of an animal, possibly a goat or an antelope. One piece of reasonably compelling evidence did come to pass in 2013, when a geneticist claimed to have analyzed Yeti hair and discovered that it was a distant relative of a polar bear that died out 40,000 years ago. Although a newer DNA study threw shade on that theory, suggesting that the DNA that they had studied was corrupted and that actually it was more likely the DNA better matched to a subspecies of the Himalayan bear, which actually makes a lot more geographic sense. Despite all available evidence pointing towards the Yeti probably being a large bear, some are adamant that the Yeti exists, pointing towards large nests around trees that could not have been made by bears. Many of these so-called Yeti nests have allegedly been spotted around the Himalayas and even in Siberia. Although the legitimacy of these reported nests is somewhat dubious. They're supposed to be twisted tree branches shaped into an arch, but it would be very possible for a human to create such a structure. Ultimately, the lack of evidence is overwhelming. Something as big as the Abominable Snowman is said to be would need to freely and frequently roam to find food, yet sightings are very rare and usually debunked straight away. Some staunch believers in the Yeti feel like science has turned against them, but science is there to evaluate evidence, and all evidence provided until now has not been substantial enough to confirm the existence of an abominable snowman. Cryptozoology is indeed fascinating. Just because there is no steady evidence to confirm creatures like the abominable snowman, the Loch Ness Monster, or Bigfoot actually exist, tongues will still wag and people will continue to be wooed by folklore and mystery. Isn't life just a tiny bit more exciting that way? Thank you guys for tuning into this episode of Life's Biggest Questions. Do you think the abominable snowman is real? Have you ever seen anything that you can't explain? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you like our videos, please show us by giving them a thumbs up and telling a friend about this channel. For now, I'm Rebecca Felgate. Remember to stay curious, stay alert, and never ever stop questioning.